All right. I've decided to do something a little different. I'm kind of always thinking music and working on stuff, and I said, well, let me just see what would it be like if I kind of took a record of what I do and how I do it. This is JC, and I'm in my home studio, my basement studio, and just a quick run through of what I'm working with. Got a Toft 24 track board, very nice board. This is my second board. Could go into a long story, but the first board was stolen. Uh, I had a issue with one of I think the left side of the of left side of the board. Sent it back to Toff. Somebody stole it. I think it got as far as Houston, and so somebody in the Dallas area has a real half of a board, unless you can fix it. But anyway, I work with Toft, Genelec speakers. I basically work with tube sets. I work with Genelecs and the Behringer Truth. The Genelecs are basically very clean, very pure, and I like to listen to the Behringers to give me kind of a little bit more bottom end, and that's kind of something I've just kind of just realized. Cause you gotta be careful with these Genelecs because it's going to sound perfect in here. And in my room is kind of Rob McClure, excellent engineer, my partner. Um, we put this room together, kind of put all the paneling in up and everything, but we get a real good sound. But uh, main things, Genelec, Toft, and I use Pro Tools. Now, what I use Pro Tools for is I do most of my editing in Pro Tools. Right now, I'm working on a track. It's very raw, very raw. It's not even mixed, and I'm just kind of just working with ideas. But I mix in Pro Tools. But what I do is I run everything. I'm old school, so I play everything live. And I'll talk about just my gear in terms of my bass. I'm a bass player, so but I run everything live, and I do that. I go into the board to have a HD 24 track, and I record the hard disk, and then I fireport it to Pro Tools. And right now, what I'm doing is this track. I recorded drums. Kevin Williams, great drummer here in Charlotte, recorded drums, and what I did was I took the drums, pulled them into Pro Tools, because this is a song that's later down my list, and I I run out of Pro Tools, basically a left and a right, and I record back to the HD 24. Now what happens, what I found out when I first started doing it, is not in sync. So what I had to do was go into Pro Tools and basically slide everything over. And what I'm doing is I'm taking the two track, which is I keep reference uh, two track, and then once I record the new tracks onto the hard disk, I line everything back up and just slide it over, and it's working out. But this way, it lets me record analog and still use the multi tracks that come with Pro Tools. So that is the system for this. Otherwise, I would record 24 tracks directly to my hard disk, and then any supplemental tracks I would just record it directly into Pro Tools. Um, so back to my gear. I'm a bass player, and I've already recorded the bass part. So let me just play this track. And again, this is my first attempt at kind of doing recording of my studio work. But anyway, uh, this song's called I Know Who I Am. I got a great young singer. And so, where's my bass tracks? We'll go here. Bass. So this, I'm just kind of working out kind of bass, and right now you're listening to the, I think we're listening to the Behringer. That's a Behringer. Okay, that's Genlex. That's Genlex, and this is the Behringer. But anyway, when I record bass, I have an old school music man, and what I've been doing for this track, I wanted a little bit more bottom, and so I ran my bass into a tone bone with the boost, channel 2, into a ready box, and then my ready box into my Toff, and then I just pulled it into my Pro Tools session, and got a bad spot there, but I'm just kind of working on it. Probably will take the kind of slap out, but like I said, this is I haven't even mixed it even just for recording, but just working on it. So with that, I'm going to throw some more stuff at this and get ready for my vocal session on Saturday. But I'm gonna throw this on my stand, and then I'll maybe add a little bit to it later. All right, bye.